Taehyung, baby can't hear you. It's just 3 months old. Huh? You know nothing. Baby surely can hear me. I am the father. Both bursted into laughter. After sobering up, Ryan asked, Taehyung, I am hungry. You sit here, pointed at the chair at the corner, and I am bringing food for you, okay? Ryan nodded her head and sat there. He went to bring the food. After some time, he was coming holding a plate in his hand, smiling. Seeing him, Ryan also smiled back. But suddenly, some heavy thing fell on Ryan's body. Taehyung got frozen. Her head was bleeding. The hall became chaotic. The plate Taehyung was holding fell from his hands. It took him quite a minute to understand the situation. Some of the wedding hall's roof clusters fell. The building's some parts were collapsing. He somehow gathered himself and ran towards Ryan. He rescued her from the bundle of bricks and hurriedly took her to hospital. Please help, it's an emergency. Hearing this, a lot of hospital staff arrived. Taehyung was still holding Ryan's hands and was unable to utter a word. Call Dr. Park. It seemed to be a brain damage. We need to admit her immediately, sir. She is pregnant. His words came out almost like a whisper, but audible enough for everyone. Hearing this, everyone's eyes filled with pity for him. His and Ryan's parents gasped. How many months? 3 months. His eyes never left Ryan's clothes once. Okay. Hurriedly, they shoved Ryan to a room. Taehyung followed her. He couldn't enter inside, so he stood outside the room. Jimin, yeah, Susie, what's my wifey want? Let's go shopping today after our shift. Why? Before he could say anything, someone came. Dr. Park, it's an emergency. We need you too. Please come at B wing ward. Okay, we are coming. The man left. Let's go, Susie. She nodded and went with him. Jimin entered Ryan's room with Susie and others while Taehyung was still outside. He examined Ryan and understood her brain got damaged. Her senses were not working. Aaron do her brain scan immediately. It seemed complicated. She is also 3 months pregnant. Jimin gasped. While we are discussing other things, Susie, you check on the fetus. Everyone started to do their jobs. Taehyung didn't move a bit from there. He was standing there like a lifeless person. Her and his parents were also there with a gloomy face. After getting Ryan's scans, Jimin, Aaron, Susie and others were discussing about her case. Everything is fine with the fetus. The heartbeats are normal. Aaron, what do you think? Should we operate her? I am not the senior surgeon here. I won't give you any advice. I know you are not the main surgeon, but still, tell me your opinion as a doctor. If you insist, in my opinion, you shouldn't operate her. Why? Her CGS is 4 and midline is off by 15 mm. Her pupils are also dilated. What do you think, Susie? However, I think we need to consider the guardian's opinion the most in this case. That kind of behavior is unprofessional. It's a wrong way of thinking as a surgeon. We won't be operating. Why? With this much damage, surgery won't help her. Ultimately, it will cause more pain and suffering for the patient and guardian. Call the patient's guardian. I will inform it to them. Who is the patient's guardian? Taehyung looked at everyone and nodded. I am. Okay, come with me. Dr. Park wants to talk to you. Taehyung nodded and went with her. What are you wanting to say, doctor? She will be okay, right? Jimin took a deep breath and said, Unfortunately, the patient has suffered too much of brain damage. She has almost no chance of recovery. She has no chance. Doesn't that mean she has some chance? It means she has some hope. Can't you do the surgery then? No, I won't do the surgery. Why? Even if I do the surgery, she won't get better. I'm sorry, I can't guarantee either your baby will survive or not. That can happen. Today we got married a few hours ago. She was so happy. She told me we are expecting, and suddenly this can't happen. For the sake of your baby and wife, I hope you can accept this. This is the best thing you can do in my medical opinion. Jimin patted his shoulder and left. Tears were flowing non-stop from Taehyung's eyes. Move her into the ICU, Susie, and watch over her for now. Walking through the hospital corridor, they were discussing about Ryan. Let me know if anything changes. I must be an amateur. I became more certain after meeting the guardian. I think we should operate. Surgeons need to control their emotions. Susie, aren't you strictly thinking of things from a patient's point of view? She is an unconscious patient. It's the guardian's decision which will affect her health the most. The result would be the same whether we operate or not. Then the result won't be completely same. The patient has to battle with the surgery too. What if the surgery works and her brain stem no longer is damaged? She can't even breathe on her own. What if she wouldn't survive the surgery? The fetus will die also. There also can be a miraculous recovery. Without surgery, we can't say it won't happen. What do you want to say? Give the husband some time. If you won't do the surgery, can I? You can do this, Susie. I am capable of doing this. I will do this. If you were saying and doing this because of our personal relationship, I wouldn't be able to do this if I were thinking about our personal relationship. I am saying this as a doctor. Then fortify your opinion and convince me as a doctor. Having said that, he started to leave. If I were there at her place, his step halted. She took a deep breath. If I were at her place, would you give up on me this easily? That's against the rules. You are not convincing me as a doctor. Having said that, he left from there, leaving her alone. The next day. Dr. Park, please do the operation. In this way, I can assure myself that I did everything I could to hold her back. Please. It will cause her more pain, Mr. Kim. I know, but she is a strong woman. I know she can bear it. He said, staring at Ryan through the grass wall. Seeing him like this broken, Jimin remembered Susie's words. Okay, Mr. Kim, we will be operating her this afternoon. After that, we need to wait for 1 week to see her reactions. But don't gather false hope. Taehyung nodded with teary eyes as Susie gave Jimin a smile. At afternoon. Sitting outside the OT, Taehyung buried his face on his palm. Her and his parents were also there praying for Ryan's well-being. I know I am putting on you so much pressure. I am sorry, love, for giving you pain, but I am greedy. I am greedy for your love, your presence, your everything. I won't be able to survive without you. Please be well for me. I know you can. Please. At this moment, doctors came out of the OT. The surgery went well, right? Yes, your baby is fine. Your wife's heartbeat is also good. Taehyung and others sighed a relief. Now we have to wait 1 week to state everything. Taehyung nodded and Jimin gave him a weak smile before leaving. 1 week later. Holding Ryan's head straight, Jimmy withdrew his force from her. She also fell back. He hit her wrist, but she didn't react. He took her oxygen tube off, still she didn't react. Susie gasped. We need to tell the guardian. Susie nodded and they went out, where Taehyung was standing. How is she? The patient is close to being brain dead. Soon all her organs will start to fail. She will stop breathing too. I know it must be difficult to face this so suddenly. Your wife will not wake up. Biting the lip, the tears Taehyung was holding now made their way. He couldn't control himself anymore. 7 years later. Sorry, love, I couldn't visit you last week. It was very hectic week. I couldn't handle it well. Sitting on the graveyard, he was talking as if Ryan was listening to him. You know, Ryan, that week was really hard for me. Actually, not just the week, but these 7 years were really hard for me. I am nothing without you. It's really hard. You know, Ryan, sometimes I think it's all my fault. Because of me, you are not with us. If I didn't plan the wedding at that hall, if I didn't tell you to sit there, you will be here, right here beside me. Daddy, what are you doing? A little boy came running towards him and he embraced him. I was just telling your mommy about previous week, Taehyung. Biting lower lip, the tears Taehyung was holding now made their way. He couldn't control himself anymore. Now you have to make a choice. It is very unlikely that your baby will survive this. All we can do is keep her in that state with help of machines. What will happen if we keep her in that state? If we assume your wife had to hold on some more time, the baby can grow and survive in her womb. Because the fetus is only 15 weeks old, it can survive outside her womb. Do you think she can hold on? I don't know. She will hold on. I know. She is not cruel. If she is leaving me, she will give me a reason to leave behind her. I know. Did you tell mommy that I did good in this test? Why can't you tell yourself this? Mommy, you know I got second rank in this test. Just because of literature, I got second. Your mommy was also same. Let's go, Daddy. Your grandma must be waiting. Taehyung knelt down in front of him. Thank you, Ryan, for holding on, for giving me another reason to leave behind you. Taehyung is just like you, Ryan, reason of my survival. Let's go, Daddy. Yeah, son, let's go. Bye-bye, Mommy. We will visit you next week. We love you. I also love you, Ryan. Father-son duo then went home.